Citizens living at Balijan colony witnesses a huge turn of events as sudden eviction drive suddenly urged early morning causes havoc. Residents protest at police blank fire tear gas. On the 50-year celebration of KLSU, Deputy Chief Minister Patton urged students to always remember and uphold the struggles gone through forming the union by pioneers while reminding them to survive and continue to be torchbearers. Nagaland Education Mission Society Samagra Shiksha holds community awareness and sensitization program under Rights of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act 2009 at Mokokchong Sangtamla Community Hall. 5-day online training on smartphone filmmaking conducted by Film and Television Institute of India, Pune held at the E-Governance Academy classroom at the Directorate of IT and C. Kohima concludes. BJP releases fresh list of candidates for upcoming Manipur Assembly elections. Party set to contest all 60 seats in Manipur Assembly elections. Hello viewers and welcome to Primetime News. This is Emily Sonlaimchen. Now the news in details. A sudden eviction drive started at Balijan Colony, Karbi Anglong at around 6 in the morning. The citizens living in the area protested against sudden eviction drive at Balijan. About 16 to 18 JCB brought down 10 to 15 houses and a masjid. During the eviction drive, the residents and police personnel escalated and police personnel blank fired tear gas. Balijan chairman on the sudden eviction said that there is none who is greater and higher than law and accused KAAC of violating the laws. The High Court issued an notice to start the eviction drive on February 2, but KAAC started the eviction drive without prior notice. The residents protested holding placards, "Are we not citizens of India?" The border magistrate of Nagaland said that he cannot do anything about what is happening beyond Nagaland, but assured that he will report the situation to higher authorities.
बाहर के आम्ही लगा घर सामने ते हाई कोर्ट लेकी छे और आम्ही लगा माती भीतर ते बेलेग जगह तो सब भांग दिया से इतु की लगा कानून आम्ही खान कोर्ट कुरा तो इतु मजे ते इतु इमान दामूर माती भीतर तो आम्ही इतु केस कुरे আছে तू एकटा घर छरी केना बाकी आमा लगा माती अंदर भीतर ते थाका तो सब भांग दिया से इट इज नॉट अ जस्टिस होय होय इतिया तू भांगी थाका तो इतो हाई कोर्ट আছে याते तो बाहर दे तो हाई कोर्ट कोई के नहीं लिखी के ना আছে याते पीछे लगा तो सब भांगा खत्म करी दिसे इट इज नॉट अ जस्टिस इतो आमी कान कोसे दे शुड adhere the order of the court they should adhere the order of the court নহলে তো তাই কান কোর্ট কি দিছে তো আমি কান করে আছে কই হলে বি কাম তো হলে তো উল্টা করে আছে I think this is completely wrong we should respect the law and then they should adhere the order of the court. That is what I mean.
মই কিবা একটা কব এতিয়া মখন তাতে পৰা ষ্টেন হাতি কেনা হাতু কি আছে তাহান অটোনমাস কাউন্সিলৰ মানুহ পৰা কৈছে হাই কোর্ট লিখা খান নাছুব তো এতে হাই কোর্ট লিখা আছে একটা চান্স মখন বি দিছে কোতে কোতে ছুব আর কোতে নাছুব ইটো ছুইছে গলে তো কথা বেয়া হ'ব কিলে তাখান নিজে বিমান মানুহ ওচৰতে ইটো অ্যানাউন্স কৰিছে হাই কোর্ট লিখা খান মখন নাছুব কয় ইটো পৰা মখন ওয়েট কৰি আছে ইয়াতে হাই কোর্ট লিখা আছে ইটো কম্পন আমাখান না আছে ইটো ওয়েট আমাখান বি কৰি আছে তাখান কোতে ছুব কোতে নাছুব কিলে তাখান না হিসাব পৰাই এতিয়া আমাখান যায় আছে লো হিসাব পৰাই যায় আছে আমাখান তাখান না হিসাব যায় আছে তাখান যোনটো কৈছে আমি তাখানলা কথা ইটো শুনি আছে তাখানটো কৈছে এনেকা নকৰিব তাখানটো কৈ দিব কালি বি কৈছে মোলা মতা বি হাই পেশেন্ট আছে সিৰিয়াস আছে মোলা মতা বি ইটা বি বিছনাতে গিৰি কিনে আছে মই বি তাতে মাথা ঘুৰাই কিনে গিৰি যাবলৈ আছে এটো মোলা দোকান আছে একটা মোটা আমি মোলা বেমাৰ আছে বাচ্চা বি বেমাৰ আছে ঘৰতে এনেকা হৈছে গলে বাচ্চা মোটা নমৰিব আপুনি গান চাবি তো এটা লঞ্চ কৰিছে তাহাঁতে কালি আজি লঞ্চ কৰি আজি তাহাঁতে ভাঙাবলৈ আহিছে আমি গান টাইম বি নাই ঘৰ লগা সামান বি আমি গান ওলোৱা নাই আৰু কতে বলে ওলাব আমি গালা জাগা এইটো আছে পুনা মানুহ আমি খান আছে এইটো আজি মহম্মদ আলী লগা নাতি আছে আমি নাতি আছে তালা বুৱাৰী আছে মই
পুনাম আমি খান লগত জনম জাগা আমি খান দেশ 1910 পৰা আমি খান ইয়াতে আছে আমি খান ইয়াতে আছে হয় সব আছে পুরো ডকুমেন্টস আছে পুরো ওকে ডকুমেন্টস আছে খাজনা রসিদ বি আছে আমি খান লাগা এটো সাল লাগা
কাগজ কানি না না মোখানে এইটো পেজটো খুলিব না পারে ইমান পুরানা আছে
কাগজ আছে আমি খান পুনাম মানুহ আছে আমি খান তো
নাই নাই কি করব আমাৰ খান তো কোশিশ তাখান হিসাব কৰা যায় আছে তাখান 6 বছৰতে এনাউন্স কৰিছে হাই কোৰ্ট লিখা খান নাচুব তো মোখান না ওয়ালতে হাই কোৰ্ট লিখা আছে এটো মোখান ওয়েট কৰি আছে কেনেকা হ'ব
কালি ৰাতি তাখান তো কথা পাতিছে তোমার না ভাঙাব কই কিনে আৰু আচানক এনেকা মর্নিংতে শুনি আছে এনেকা কথা এটো কেনেকা হ'ব
এটো তাখান গুন্ডাগর্দি কৰি আছে জোর জবরদস্তি কৰি আছে আমাৰ খান লগতে
এটো তো
মোখান
तो उसको छोकरी को घर शादी करके ये नेक्स्ट रूम में है उसको तोड़ देगा आप बोल रहा है तो ये किसे करेगा
अच्छा वहाँ तो मार्किंग नहीं हुआ
मार्किंग तो ये केस कर रहा है तो इधर में
हुआ है जहाँ मार्किंग हुआ है वहाँ
बाबा ने
उसका प्लॉट है उसका केस
जितना मार्किंग क्या है 34 हाउस हॉल ये मार्किंग हो गया वो हम लोग नहीं हटाएंगे
ये हाउस ओनर लैंड ओनर का है
इसका बाहर जितना है
ये
हम हटा
34
देंगे
लैंड ओनर का है नहीं हाउस होल्ड का नहीं है देखिए you have to be very clear ये 34 और 35 लैंड ओनर का है ये हाउस होल्ड नहीं है
जितना है उसका नाम यहाँ है वो हम
लैंड ओनर का है लैंड ओनर 34 हाउस नहीं है
लैंड ओनर का तो हम नहीं उठाएंगे
तो
बाकी जो अलग से जो घर बनाया है वो तो हाईकोर्ट में नाम नहीं गया
कोर्ट में
अरे हमारा अंदर में हम यहाँ में है हम 2-3 घर बना के रखा हुआ है क्यों ये करेगा ये नहीं होगा ये लैंड ओनर का है हाउस होल्ड का नहीं है लैंड ओनर अपने जगह में 3-4 थू घर है वो तो हमारा अंदर में
ऐसा
है
नहीं है ऐसा नहीं है
नहीं कि नहीं होगा ये हम लोग को इसका नो
वैसा नहीं
वी विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट दैट क्यों वो नहीं होता है
अरे क्या तू इतने ऐसा पूरा लड़ा ऐसे तो
लैंड ओनर का एक थू घर बचेगा तो घर टूटेगा
আপুনি কথা পাতিলক মেজিষ্ট্ৰেটে যি অৰ্ডাৰ দিব আমাক সেইটো কৰি দিম মেজিষ্ট্ৰেট ইয়াতে আছে মেজিষ্ট্ৰেট আমি ল এণ্ড অৰ্ডাৰ মেইনটেইন কৰি অকল পিয়ৰলি আমি মেজিষ্ট্ৰেটৰ ইনষ্ট্ৰাকশ্যন মতে কৰি দিম আমি
পাৰিম
মেজিষ্ট্ৰেটৰ মাতক
रेसिडेंस kan tagan
अपनी लगा गवर्नमेंट लगा
Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton on Saturday, while addressing the gathering at the 50-year celebration of the KLSU at Solidarity Park, Kohima, said that over the years, Kohima Lota Students' Union has contributed significantly to the cause of the students and society. He said, as students, they should always remember and uphold the struggles gone through forming the union by their pioneers and urge them to strive and continue to be the torch bearers. He said, not everyone can study from Kohima as it is expensive. So one must take study seriously and further encouraged to get through competitive exams. Furthermore, he stressed on the need to develop work culture and give importance to the mother tongue. He said that if we don't develop the importance of preserving it by now, slowly the next generation will now be aware of its importance. Patton also mentioned that Jubilee is a celebration of forgiving and renewing oneself. He urged the students to stand united and work together for the upliftment of the Lota community in particular and work hard in hand as Nagas. Earlier, Y. Patton unveiled the Jubilee monolith while Kohima Lota Hoho chairman C. Pankatung Lota lit the Jubilee torch.
Echikaru Ansongu Kukamojijo Kohima Town Student Enrollment na Hazarin Sudubana Tolen Chungo Zele Echuramwe Etungo Student Denzunya Tundam COVID 노천노를 신단다라 사디로 사이고 하잘 몽어도록 산후 주하나 advisor 人家是都挺不当晚的不给人的说你，明年这个办起那多大路就，说那就这边的办公了，只要拿 advisor， no给啥几路不着，半片那单张的，他这模式都上去着，干嘛？有 public leader 就我可马达罗那我人生在这办嘛，我准备点好多，给啥其他的嘛，给啥这应付可能这今年罗的山川的不准备那哈，朋友就能不敢朋友是的，你像我只是能的山水其他在说。 你说蒙古大陆话呢，那蒙古的比较多什么说？你说你从大陆出嘛，那个从大的比较。
The office complex of the Nagaland Olympic Association, which is located at Officers Hill Colony near Heritage DC Bungalow, Raj Bhawan, was officially inaugurated on Saturday. Notably, Chief Minister Nipirio graced as the special guest in the program. Meanwhile, top officials like the Speaker of the NLA, ministers and advisors, DGP Nagaland and other delegates were also present during the inaugural program. Furthermore, Narinder Dhruv Batra, President of Indian Olympic Association, in his speech requested the NOA to start something for hockey, as he said that he hasn't seen a hockey pitch in Nagaland. He further added that he would take 2 people who are interested in the hockey to witness the sport in the upcoming Commonwealth Games. Furthermore, Chief Minister Rio, during his speech, credited the interest of his colleagues and officers who were responsible for the development of the office complex and praised Dr. Talimaran Au, who was the first Naga Olympian, while Rio also urged the NOA to produce Naga Olympians who will be there to represent Nagas at any occasion. The Chief Minister ended his speech by calling upon the youth to take part in the school levels, college levels, and then later on into the state level. It is to be mentioned that along with the inaugural program of the office complex, the inauguration of the Lanu Toy Library, the Talimaran Conference Room and the Chekrovolu Hall of Motivation was also inaugurated.
And only about 5 rooms the Nagaland Olympic was occupied. One was the president room, one was game secretary, and one was conference room. And there are 2 tiny rooms for all the activities to happen. But because of the large-hearted officers of Nagaland headed by Chief Secretary, they agreed. And we give our commitment that the whole office will be given to the Officers Club and will build on the site another building for other activities. And we had also allotted a house, a building for the law college so that everybody will be happy. So I want to thank on behalf of the Nagaland Olympic Association to our officers for their large-hearted and their thoughtful for the youth and the promotion of sports. Dr. Talimaran Au, the Indian Olympic football team captain, 1948 London Olympics. He's a legend. And if one of our elder who can become a champion, but the next Olympian was Chikrovolu. Only after 50 years, we could produce another Olympian. Are we going to wait another 50 years to produce one. Creating these facilities and sports infrastructure and all the galaxies of authority in the sports led by Indian Olympic Association coming to show their solidarity and their support. If it is not a motivation to the youth and to the sports personnel, then we'll have no hope. People, they invest and they work hard only when there is hope. So believe in us that we have hope in our youth and will continue to.
Gorkha Hindu Milan Sewa Sangh, established in the year 2000, held its foundation day in Durga Mandir Hall, Dimapur on Sunday. GHMSS President Tech Bahadur Sunar, while addressing the gathering, informed that Gorkha Hindu Milan Sewa Sangh is a social organization with the motto "Service to Humanity," under which they have mostly served the mankind by doing humanitarian work. He further urged the Gorkha community to uphold their own culture and tradition. Notably, Dr. Vishnu Bandaria, president of Hamro Chinhari, Northeast India, graced as a special guest, while Sukumar Pradhan, General Secretary of GHMSS, chaired the program.
मैं नमस्कार जनाई आसे आमार जिमान आमार Nltv खान और हमाहन गोरखा भाई खान के और हमाहन नागालैंड बासी जिमान के आसे एदु खान के हमी खान गोरखा हिंदू मिलन सेवा संघ डिमापुर परा हमी थैंक्स और नमस्कार जनाई आसे और आज तो हमी खान 23rd फाउंडेशन डे गोरखा हिंदू मिलन सेवा संघ डिमापुर ते आज सेलिब्रेशन फंक्शन आसे और हमाहन गोरखा हिंदू भाई जिमान आसे हमी खान सबके मैं वेलकम जनाई आसे और असल तो आज तो हमाखान लगा एकटा फाउंडेशन डे प्लस सिल्वर जुबली निचना आज हमी खान सेलिब्रेशन करी आसे केले माने गोरखा हिंदू मिलन सेवा संघ तो हमी खान एतु लगा एतु जन्म हुआ लगा तो 2000 ते आसे 2000 पर हमी खान सोशल वर्क सर्विस टू ह्यूमिनिटी माने ह्यूमिनिटी भीतर ते हमी खान काम करी किना सोशल वर्क करी किना आई किना आसे लंबा परा सब जगह ते हमी खान फायर विक्टिम होले भी मानु खान आए जो कोविड लगा तेमते भी हम खान सब मिले किना ये तो सबके हम खान मदद करी किना आहा लगा आसे और हम खान जिमान भी डिमापुरियन हम खान सब
Nagaland Education Mission Society Samagra Shiksha on Saturday held community awareness and sensitization program on the right of children to free and compulsory education act 2009 at Mukokchong Sangtamla Community Hall. Deputy Commissioner Mukokchong Limawapang Chamir urged the teachers to focus on every child for developing basic language, literacy, numerous skills which will help them to develop into better readers and writers. He also appealed to the leaders, teachers and officers to embrace innovation and changes in education and continue working hard to train the young children who will be the leaders of tomorrow. Resource person of the program were Dr. Katoli, Deputy Mission Director Samagra Shiksha Vocational Education, Vilvino, SPL Officer, Inclusive Education Samagra Shiksha, Huseto State Coordinator Out of School Children Samagra Shiksha, and Kapuchishi State Coordinator Samagra Shiksha, Nipun Bharat. The Naga Students Federation and Dimapur Naga Students Union condemns the sudden eviction drive by Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, which started at Balijan Colony, Karbi Anglong on Sunday. The union bodies expressed grief over the situation that occurred and said the students living in the area would suffer as many were appearing for their boards. The union said if there wasn't any home to study in, where would they go? Furthermore, the DNSU president confirmed that the eviction drive will no longer continue. Meanwhile, NSF General Secretary said that it was really sad to see the livelihood of the people being destroyed in such manner. Notably, NSF, DNSU and KASU will hold a coordination meeting on 31st January at DNSU office to further discuss about the situation.
Disturbed. We condemn the eviction drive being carried out by the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. We are for the protection of the lives, properties and means of livelihood of the Nagas, be it spread across different states and other areas. We are truly sad to be seeing that the livelihood of our own people, the properties of our own people are being destroyed in this manner. We have, if the public will recall, we had already written to the chief executive member of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council requesting him to prevent the eviction drive. However, things have not turned out the way we wanted it to be. So we once again publicly appeal to the authorities concerned to avoid such kind of actions in the future, because this will create social disharmony, division between the Nagas and the Karbis. And
like our NSF General Secretary has already stated, we are very much in pain to see this kind of things happening to our own Naga brothers and sisters. Amiga nijor laga manuge yati thagege na idu eviction drive pra kimanjun ge duk dia se kimanjun houseless hoise. And the more concern for the student community is the exam is also approaching, the board examination. Inigala time de khorba jai jabule la do olagina do kiniga kurubo takan. Ito karne in the presence of the NSF or KSA tange assurance ekta mangise that eviction drive to ajidagi thakibo ina kose. That was the assurance given by them. Ajidagi thakibo, from tomorrow onwards there won't be any eviction. Iniga kose. To public can give appeal guli munjado nuisance to create no gribi paradak peacefully thakibi ajidak takan kuise. It will be, since we have a sitting tomorrow at our office at 7 a.m. Tatila.
Nagaland reports 87 new COVID-19 cases on Saturday, taking the total active case lot to 907. Dimapur reported 66 cases, Kohima 17 and Tuensang reported 4 cases. Meanwhile, the death toll increased to 711 with 2 more deaths reported from Dimapur in last 24 hours. Nagaland saw a 43% increase in COVID-19 cases over the previous week. Notably, with the rise in cases, Mokokchung, Tuensang, Woka and Patton have been under the situational level category along with Dimapur and Kohima. With the first freight train reaching Manipur, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Saturday said this will enhance the state's commerce and connectivity as goods from there will reach all parts of the country. The freight train arrived at the Rani Gaidin-Liu station in the northeast states on January 27, days after a passenger train from Silchar in Assam reached the Chungpao railway station in Manipur, where assembly polls will be held in 2 phases on February 27 and March 3. The Union Minister, along with his tweet, also shared a video of the freight train arriving at the station and said it is a historic day for Manipur and entire Northeast after 75 years of India's independence, and also stated that Narendra Modi government is committed to enhancing infrastructure connectivity and economic prosperity in Northeast region. The Bharatiya Janata Party has released a fresh list of candidates for the upcoming Manipur Assembly elections 2022. Notably, the BJP will contest all 60 seats in the Manipur Assembly elections, the party said on Sunday. Meanwhile, at least 10 former Congress leaders among 16 MLAs who joined the BJP have got tickets in Manipur. It is to be mentioned that Chief Minister N. Biren Singh will contest from his traditional seat in Hingan. Another key minister in Manipur, Bishwajit Singh, will contest from Thoju seat, while former national footballer Somatai Saiza will contest from Ukrul. Manipur will go to polls in 2 phases on February 27 and March 3, and the counting of votes will be held on March 10. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is scheduled to address the 30th National Commission for Women's Foundation Day program on Monday at 4:30 p.m. via video conferencing. Notably, the theme of the program is She, the Change Maker, which aims at bringing the achievements of women in different fields. It is to be mentioned that the State Commissions for Women, Department of Women and Child Development in state governments, university and college, teaching faculty and students, voluntary organizations, women entrepreneurs and business associations will be a part of the event. Meanwhile, Union Minister for Women and Child Development Smriti Irani will also be present on the occasion. The 5-day online training on smartphone filmmaking for filmmakers and content creators of Nagaland, conducted by Film and Television Institute of India (FTII) Pune, concluded on 29th January 2022. The training was held at the E-Governance Academy session classroom at the Directorate of Information Technology and Communication, Kohima. During the course of training, freelance contest specialist, cinematographer, photographer, producer Ajmal Jami taught the trainees about the basics of filmmaking, including scene composition, shots sizes and meanings, camera angles, camera movements, lightings, colors, sound effects, etc. Altogether, 17 participants contested creators from the state were imparted training on the art of smartphone filmmaking and ways to improve their content. The training was conducted as part of the country-wide celebrations under Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, Government of India. Director IPR Engineer Z. Tokishe Zema congratulated all the participants who successfully completed the course. He also thanked the FTH for taking initiative in conducting the training and conveyed gratitude to the Department of IT and C for providing all logistics for successful conduct of the training. Union Home Minister and Senior Bharatiya Janata Party leader Amit Shah, who is on a one-day visit to pool-bound Goa on Sunday, offered prayers at Sai Baba Temple in the Borim town ahead of addressing public meetings. Meanwhile, Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant also accompanied with him to the temple. The former Home Minister further addressed a public meeting in San Grace Garden, Ponta, and proceeded towards his second public meeting at Sarda Mandir Multipurpose Hall, San Vodem. Furthermore, he also launched the umbrella campaign in Vasco. Notably, BJP has fielded its candidate on all 40 seats in the State Assembly. The state will go to the Assembly polls on February 14, while the counting of votes will take place on March 10.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी को यह सद्भाग्य।
On the occasion of the 74th death anniversary of the Father of the Nation, a ceremony was held in Rajghat, New Delhi to commemorate Martyrs' Day. It was seen that several dignitaries, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi, President Ramnath Kovind and several other leaders were present during the ceremony. Notably, India observes Martyrs' Day every year on January 30 to mark the death anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi and to honor his contribution towards the freedom of the country. country. On January 30, 1948, Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated by Nathuram Godse at Gandhi Smriti in Birla House. According to the directions of the central government, 2 minutes of silence was also observed in all states and union territories on January 30. So viewers, that's all we have for now in the bulletin. Keep watching Prime Time for more news and updates.
Nagaland TV, Sop Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on GHMSS TV and on your television sets as well. For